Now we begin with the latest that's coming from the Israel-Hamas war. Hamas took over 200 hostages in an unprecedented assault on October 7th, and it's been more than a month since then, and patience is wearing thin. For relatives of Israeli hostages, the agonizing wait continues as the war rages with no end in sight to the fighting. Families of Israeli hostages held by Hamas have clashed with far-right Israeli politicians who want to bring in death penalty as a possible sentence for captured militants. And the proposal was advanced by the party of far-right National Security Minister Ben. Now, relatives of some held by Hamas told a parliamentary panel that even discussing the death penalty could have catastrophic consequences for their loved ones held in Gaza. Some family members of Israeli hostages abducted by Hamas said that they were very disappointed after meeting with members of Israel's war cabinet on late Tuesday evening.
As far as I am concerned, and I represent myself and my family, this is incredibly disappointing because I feel that at this point, when we know that taking down Hamas, we keep hearing from them, is going to take months or years, and it's going to take a long time. On the other hand, the other objective is time sensitive. People are dying. We know that for sure. And as the other goal is time sensitive, and we're talking about people's lives, then we all feel, especially when we're talking about our families, that this should be the top priority.
The relatives of the hostages have been advocating for the Israeli government to get their loved ones back as soon as possible. Thousands of family members recently finished a 5-day march from Tel Aviv to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's house in Jerusalem, where he eventually promised that they could meet with members of Israel's war cabinet this week.
I went in with one single question, to know if all of the war cabinet supports the same stand that Gantz and Eisenkot took a couple of days ago when they met with us, when they said absolutely clear, without hesitation, that bringing out the hostages is the top priority as far as they're concerned. And now when we've met with the entire cabinet, what we've heard is that taking down Hamas and bringing the hostages are as important, are equally important.
The families of the Israeli and foreign hostages captives, who range in age from a few months to above 80, have united in their agony and grief and pushed for the government to bring them home. Some Israelis feel ensuring the safety of all hostages and destroying Hamas are two conflicting goals that cannot be achieved together. The Israeli government recently reprimanded an ultra-nationalist junior minister who advocated in an interview dropping a nuclear bomb on war-torn Gaza. Heritage Minister Eliyahu has also been suspended from government meetings until further notice. Eliyahu told Israel's Kol Parama radio that he was not entirely satisfied with the scale of Israel's retaliation. And when the interviewer asked whether he advocated dropping some kind of atomic bomb on Gaza to kill everyone, Eliyahu replied, that's one option. Now, dozens of countries around the world have also called on Israel to show more restraint in the war in Gaza, and a smaller number has gone a step further by severing relations or making other official diplomatic protests. Israeli officers are pointing to Hamas psychological games and say that the military campaign would help end the captive crisis. And since the unprecedented Hamas assault, Gaza officials say over 13,000 have been killed, including more than 5,500 children and 3,500 women. The United Nations also says that 2/3 of Gaza's 2.3 million people have been made homeless.